everybody. Welcome back to In the Air with me, Nivedna Prabhu. Of course, one side, Team India fans will be disappointed with the result, but on the other hand, South Africa have made sure that they have given a flying start to themselves in the first T20I between both these teams. Now, let me first come to the fact that Pratesh, South Africa have won this game by 7 wickets. The Indian fan in you definitely wanted them to win, but on a realistic note, you did say that South Africa would be winning this game. But let's quickly come, to the starting aspect of, Team India did have that really high total. But what really went there? Was it all boiling down to the bowling that didn't work in Team India's favor?
See, Nivedna, I think if you are scoring 211 on the board, and I think if you are still not being able to manage to win the game, that means that you have not bowled well. And that is exactly what happened. I mean, of
Right.
course, a lot of credit to how this partnership turned out between Vanderson and Miller. But I think that Indians kept on missing their lines and lengths. And I think that there was an evident lack of execution from the plans. I mean, whether you look at Harshal Patel or even for Avesh Khan for that matter, they were not able to execute their plans. A lot of full tosses. I mean, Yorkers turning into full tosses, not being able to probably bring to the fore that kind of ability that we know them for. Because both of these players, I mean, if you specifically Harshal Patel, he is known for his death bowling exploits. Had a very good IPL in the last couple of seasons of his IPL have been very good again. But I think it was a complete failure of as far as the execution from the bowlers is concerned. Because I don't think that this total was on any day. I mean, on any track, 210 is not easy to chase. And on this kind of a track where we saw that the ball was holding on to a little bit, there was uneven bounce as well at the start of it. There was grip and turn for the spinners. I thought that, I mean, at the halfway mark, I did not really think that India would be losing this by five balls to spare. I mean, not just 7 wickets, but they have managed to chase it by 5 balls remaining. So that kind of goes on to show that how dominant South Africans were.
That's right. And I think in terms of a tweet that, Irfan Pathan has just made, that he has said this series is supposed to be a tough one and South Africans are making sure of it. Team India needs to sort out the bowling, especially the first five and the last five. And that's where it made, that big difference. आप सबको क्या लगता है? Of course, bowling की aspect से, Team India was expensive, at least in terms of two bowlers, which Pratyay has also spoken about. What do you think was the turning point of the match? आपके क्या viewpoints है? मुझे सब कुछ बताइए in the comment section. What do you think, should be the combination for the second T20? I want to know all of that from you. Tell me in the comments. But at the end of the day, it is two players who really, managed to get South Africa on the other side, or rather made them cruise. Let's talk about Rasheed Vanderson first of all. If you could take a look at, how much he smacked today, which has ensured this win. 75 not out from 46 balls. 7 4s and 5 6s. Pratyay, this also makes the T20 format far more exciting. But what is it about his shots, the way he played today, that was really commendable according to you?
I mean, a lot of credit to him because he was really struggling at one point of time. He was not even being able to strike close to 100. And from there, I mean, the kind of acceleration that he got. I think, in T20 format, many a times what people do is that they do not want to hang in there. I mean, you want to score quickly. But I think that he assessed the situation really well. Also, thanks to David Miller because he was going bonkers from the other end. So it became that much more easy for him to, take his time and then kind of get into his groove because I mean, when you saw Miller and David Vanderson batting, it was like that Miller was probably batting on a different pitch because he was
Right.
really making it look easy. But where Vanderson was really calm and composed was that he did not allow that pressure or the scoreboard pressure to bog over him, and I think that that actually went on to help him a lot because, as I said, that even if you're taking 10, 12 balls, but if you're being able to finish the game like he did and you're being able to because we know that these players, I mean, a lot of players, these are good hitters and they have this capacity to compensate for what has went wrong. So if you've not been able to score for the first 10 or 12 balls and you can manage to hang around till the end without getting dismissed, you have that chance to compensate, and that is exactly what he did. So I think a lot of credit to him because I mean, at one stage when he was 27, 28, uh, that point of time it was not looking that it was going anywhere for him, but he stuck around, and then after that he got an acceleration, and I think he finished it off really well. Match defining partnership. I mean, if you've gotten 210 odd to chase and you are
Yeah.
adding 130 with just 1 wicket, that means that you have completely outplayed your opposition, and that is exactly what these two did.
Yeah, and considering with this match result, India have, unfortunately not been able to get that particular milestone which they would have been able to achieve if they would have won this match. But a lot of them did predict with the fact that how stats have panned out earlier that Team India has yet to beat South Africa at home. Quite interesting. So this series just becomes all the more better now. A lot of you are saying hi in the comment section. Big hi from both Pratyay and me. If you have any questions, predictions, analysis, put that in the comment section. What did you think that really went wrong for Team India? Apart from, of course, the bowling aspect, do you think there were a couple of letdowns in the batting side as well? Tell me that in the comments. But one person who did not have a great IPL but has come around and how in today's match has to be Ishan Kishan. Let's take a quick look at how much he scored. I mean, he did contribute a lot, but that was, of course, the losing cause. But we'll still talk about him. 76 runs out of 48 balls, 3 sixes, and it was raining fours, 11 fours in the stadium. Pratyay, a little bit about him having come from that dicey patch, but donning the Team India jersey, he is, it's like the two people are not the same that we've seen in the past, maybe in a span of 60 days.
Absolutely, I think. I mean, the way he batted today, the best part about him was that when Ishan Kishan struggles, he struggles a lot. I mean, we've seen that happening in the IPL as well. That when he does not get going, it's like a situation that he does not going at all, which
Yeah.
is what happened with him at the start. Even in this innings, he was slightly jittery, not being able to generate that sort of a momentum that you want in the power play. But again, exactly as we saw with Van der Dessen, spending time in the middle, that is exactly important. And that is again what I think Ishan Kishan did very well about his innings. He stayed without worrying about that he's eating up balls. And then once he got the eyes in, once he understood that what the ball is doing and what kind of pace, because this was, as I said, that this was definitely not looking like a 210 220 wicket, but the way Indians batted and then the way South Africans chased, uh, did go on to highlight that probably the reading of the pitch was not the best by any one of us. And I mean, because it was also down to the shorter boundaries, I guess, because we can't say that it was the easiest wicket to bat on, but these shorter boundaries helped as well. But I think that yes, the biggest takeaway from this game, if you're talking about the Indian batting, of course, I mean everyone contributed with the bat. But I think that one positive takeaway, if you have to look for in a match that India would not want to remember, it is going to be Ishan Kishan getting back amongst the runs, because as I said, that he is someone who is a part of the plans of your World Cup, and if he can, bat that way, because whenever we are talking, I mean, if you look at the World Cup squad of ours, KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma, and Virat Kohli, these are three players who are, of course, in contention. They are, of course, the front runners to kind of make your top order. But you have to understand that all these three players have a similar style of play, and all these three will not be ones who are going to, just go berserk or hit right from ball one. Ishan Kishan is one of those players who can give you that kind of strength. He can just go, go after the opposition bowling right from the word go. So you want to have again, and also he gives you the left-handed element at the start. So I think that having seen the struggles that India has gone through in the World Cup in the last edition, when they were troubled constantly by the left-hand pace, whether you talk about the game against New Zealand or against Pakistan, Shaheen Afridi troubling them, Trent Bolt troubling them, I think that it's very important for India, from the Indian perspective, that Ishan Kishan fires for them, because I personally feel that if you have Rahul and Rohit and Kohli in the same lineup, you are probably making a recipe for disaster, because there's couple of anchors too many. So I think that the biggest takeaway from me, from an Indian standpoint, is definitely Ishan Kishan's innings.
ठीक है तो of course T20 World Cup is just around the corner. It is the countdown is probably already begun in all our minds कि हम भी सोच रहे हैं कि World Cup के squad में कौन होने वाला है, but we have to remember कि इस बार ऑस्ट्रेलिया में होगा. तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया की कंडीशंस में आप सबको क्या लगता है? प्रत्यय ने अपने व्यू पॉइंट तो वो दे चुके हैं. आप सबको क्या लगता है in terms of that? Do you see Ishan Kishan definitely having a spot? या आपको लगता है that KL Rahul, or even for the fact that going with the combination of Rohit Sharma, which ideally सब उसी को prefer करेंगे, but in the larger scheme of things and injury concerns as well that we always see last minute, tell me your opinions in the comment section. अब दूसरी तरफ एक player के बारे में बात करना चाहिए. उनका नाम है David Miller, या better known as Killer Miller. Let's take a look at his performance. The fact that of course Miller has always stepped up. अगर हम Indian Premier League के बारे में भी बात करें, या अभी for his team as well on the national side, कभी डिसअपॉइंट नहीं करते प्रत्यय. उनके अगर स्टैट्स यहाँ पे देखें, 5 sixes, 4 fours, done a commendable job of 64 not out just from 31 balls.
एब्सोल्युटली. और निवेदना, जो हम कहते हैं ना कि जहां से शायद छोड़ा था, बिल्कुल वहीं से उठा लिया गेम को उन्होंने. आईपीएल जिस तरीके का फॉर्म उन्होंने पूरे आईपीएल के दौरान दिखाया, आई थिंक बहुत ही एक अहम उन्होंने योगदान दिया गुजरात टाइटंस के लिए, क्योंकि अगर आप देखें जिस तरीके के फिनिशिंग टचेस थे, इवन जो हम प्री शो में बात कर रहे थे कि गुजरात टाइटंस हम में से किसी को नहीं लगा था कि प्लेऑफ्स में भी शायद पहुंचेगी, और वो इवेंचुअली वो दे टर्न्ड आउट टू बी द चैंपियंस। एंड आई थिंक डेविड मिलर का बहुत बड़ा योगदान था वहां पे, क्योंकि डेविड मिलर, राहुल तेवातिया, even Hardik Pandya, the kind of finishing touches they gave, and more than I mean, on more occasions than one, Miller was actually the difference between the winning and losing side, and that is
Right.
exactly what he did today as well. क्योंकि अगर आप उनकी इनिंग को देखें, जिस जिस समय पे वो आए थे बैटिंग करने, उस समय पे हालात ठीक नहीं थी साउथ अफ्रीका की, और उस तरीके की साझेदारी करना उसके बाद वैंडरडेसन के साथ, ऑल्सो द फैक्ट दैट उन्होंने वो जिम्मेदारी ली जब उनके पार्टनर को वहां पे रन्स नहीं बन रहे थे या थोड़ी सी दिक्कतें जा रही थी, वैंडरडेसन अपने फ्लो में नहीं थे, उस समय पे पूरा प्रेशर न केवल मिलर ने एब्जॉर्ब करा, ही ऑल्सो इंश्योर्ड कि वो रन रेट इतना ज्यादा हाथ से ना चला जाए कि शायद बैक एंड में इनिंग्स के आपके पास में इतना टाइम ही ना हो कि आप रन्स को चेस कर पाए। एंड दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट एक्सपीरियंस डज टू यू, क्योंकि अनुभव इतना है उनके पास में। साउथ अफ्रीका के सबसे ज्यादा कैप्ड प्लेयर्स हैं, सबसे ज्यादा T20s उन्होंने खेले हैं, and I think that he showed, I mean, absolutely today that why he is an experienced campaigner and why he has been able to stay in international cricket for so long. Because I think it was, of course, Vanderdessen played a great hand, but I would still say that if you have to call the defining innings of the match from the South African perspective, it was of Miller. And completely, I mean, the way he picked up from where he left, you did not feel that it's still not the IPL not going on. I mean, the way he was batting in the tournament, that is exactly how he dominated Indian bowlers as well. So I think these are good signs, I mean, for South African cricket, because whenever you talk about Miller, you know, वो एक ऐसे खिलाड़ी हैं जो कि शायद प्रतिभा बहुत है, टैलेंट बहुत है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी कहीं ना कहीं उतना ज्यादा कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं दिखा पाते हैं वो। और पिछले जो 3-4 महीनों का जो दौर रहा है उसमें उन्होंने वो कंसिस्टेंसी दिखाई है, और वो अगर वो अपने गेम के साथ अमेलगेमेट कर लेते हैं, सो आई थिंक दैट ही इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डेंजरस क्रिकेटर्स हैंड्स डाउन।
Right, and that's why he's known as Killer Miller. और talking about that winning streak, उनको क्या है, बस I think 2 jerseys बदलनी थी from the one winning side to another winning side. लेकिन आप सबको क्या लगता है about Pant's captaincy? मुझे बताइए in the comment section, क्या लगा आपको? What do you think? I mean, of course, it's too soon to tell in a way, क्योंकि ये तो first game था. But do you think there were some good moves? There were some loopholes? आप सबको क्या लगता है? Tell me that in the comment section. And without wasting time, चलिए, let's take a look at Social Tracker, because when I want to know what are the tweets looking like, I'm pretty sure we'll find some funny ones as well. Pratyar Hamesha ko milta hai. Yeah, there we go. Let's start off with the funny one first. It's not raining in Mumbai. It's just Ambani's crying from the top of Antilla watching Ishan get back in form past IPL. इतना सारे जो expectations था that he would be performing exceptionally well IPL में, तो हुआ नहीं, but great that he's playing for the country now. Let's move on to the next social tracker. Rishabh Pant to himself today. Have you heard the word the deputy captain? Okay. What is our next ST that we have? Hardik Pandya denying Dinesh Karthik the strike on the last ball, as if DK is a tail ender, and DK was literally like, we definitely know this man, with that expression. And Wasim Jaffer talking about lots of positives for India from this innings. One opener giving brisk start, one opener with a big score, middle order batter taking on spin, finishers firing at the death. Perfect T20 innings. But मुझे लगता है कि इन्होंने ये मैच से पहले शायद innings के बाद ये किया होगा, because I'm pretty sure he'll have a different take right now as to where that went wrong. लेकिन in that particular social tracker section, probably before we wrap up today, a quick word on Hardik Pandya, controversies with the non-striker, and we've also seen that World Cup 2019 episode, a lot of conversations about his certain behavior on the field. अगर हम वो IPL के बारे में भी बात करें, one aspect is aggression on the field. Do you think gets the best of a player at that moment, and they don't really mean it? Because a lot of banter or conversation is happening on social media at the moment. So, आपका क्या कहना about the Dinesh Karthik and Hardik Pandya?
See, I won't dig in too much into it. The only reason of that would be that आखिरी ओवर था जिस समय पे दिनेश कार्तिक आए थे. See, of course, I mean, he was in terrific form, and the fact that he has been able to made it into the team at the age of 37, एक वो उम्र जहाँ पे शायद आमतौर पे या तो खिलाड़ी रिटायर हो चुके होते हैं या शायद उनके जहन में रिटायरमेंट होता है, उस उम्र में वर्ल्ड कप कंटेंशन में आना, टीम में जगह बनाना, so you know that what kind of a caliber Dinesh Karthik has, and he's hungry. I mean, entire IPL, whenever you heard him talking to the broadcasters, सिर्फ एक बात होती थी उनके जुबान पे कि उन्हें वर्ल्ड कप की टीम में आना है, and right now he's on course of that. I mean, if I were to make my 11, Dinesh Karthik is definitely going to be featuring into it. But I think that in this game, of course, I mean it's not a tail ender, but you have
Yeah,
to also factor in the fact that उस समय पे क्योंकि Karthik was very new to the crease, and I mean whatever it was, as I said that ये पिच ऐसी नहीं थी जहाँ पे शायद आप पहली या दूसरी या तीसरी बॉल से ही शायद चौके या छक्के मारना शुरू कर सके. थोड़ा सा टाइम आपको शायद असेस करने के लिए लग सकता है. पांड्या ऑन द अदर हैंड वाज द सेट बैटर. वो खेल चुके थे वहां पे, अच्छा खासा स्कोर खेल चुके थे, दो तीन चौके छक्के मार चुके थे. सो आई थिंक दैट कुड हैव बीन द ओनली रीजन. अदरवाइज आई मीन apart from all of us, even Pandya knows what capabilities does Karthik have. So I don't think that he would be denying him a single. The only thought process that I can fathom was be that probably he was a set batsman and he wanted to, just have the strike and whack it out of the park for the last couple of balls. So maybe that could
all
be the
right.
only reason.
That would be the only thing, and sometimes we shouldn't be digging too much. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody has an opinion and a takeaway from all the matches and everything that happens on the field and off the field. But before we wrap up, there's a quick comment coming in from Priyank, who is not only disappointed with India's bowling today, he has also declared that India is going to lose the series very clearly 0-5. अब वो होगा या नहीं वो देखना बाकी है. But the first match, of course, has set the momentum for South Africa. What's going to happen in the second T20I? What changes will India make? Will they make changes? What can we look forward to? Well, to find out all of that and much more, don't forget to join us in the second T20I when we come live once again on Cricket Tracker's special show In the Air. But before we sign off, want to thank Pratyay for joining me and all of you as well. Take care of yourselves and good night.